Hi YouTube. This is one of my first videos. I'm making a couple videos today. This one is going to be just about a little bit about who I am, a background sort of video. My channel name was Free Up Your Mind, and then about 2 months ago I changed it when YouTube gave you that option to just put your name. And my name is Morgan, so that changed. But I've been a subscriber to a lot of people in the mommy, TTC pregnancy mommy YouTube community for quite some time. I'm active in the community. I love the community, and I've wanted to make videos for a long time, but I was sort of hesitant because I just didn't know if it would be a fit for me. I didn't know if I wanted to put myself out there. So here I am making videos finally. I'm actually 29 weeks pregnant right now. So that is kind of what sparked me thinking I want to document the rest of my pregnancy, even if it's just for myself. If people tune in, awesome. But if they don't, just to have that for myself would be really cool too. So a little bit of background on me. I am 24. I just turned 24 years old. I have a 6.5, soon to be 7-year-old little boy. His name is Samuel. We call him Sam, Sammy. He says his name is Samuel. He's very official now. I was, obviously, if you did the math there, I was a very young mom. I became pregnant when I was 16. I had my son at 17 years of age. And, that's, I'm going to make a separate video on that in itself. But that kind of explains a little bit of the age gap, why our kids are going to be almost 7 years apart. So, as far as this pregnancy and how I got into the YouTube community and all of that, I kind of started getting baby fever around the time my son was probably about 4.5 years old. So 2+ years ago. And right around that time, I had been on birth control, different kinds of birth control, on and off from the time he was like 6 weeks old on. So when I started thinking about having another child, but I knew that we weren't quite ready for lots of reasons, I then realized that I no longer had normal cycles. I wasn't ovulating regularly. Obviously, those kind of go hand in hand. I just became a lot more aware of my body and understanding that getting pregnant and sustaining a pregnancy may not be as easy as it once was for me. And then after that happened, like after I realized that I wasn't having regular cycles and that conceiving when I was ready could be a challenge and was a challenge, then I found out that I had cervical dysplasia, which is just abnormal cells on your cervix. It's something that seems to be common. I had never really heard of it until I experienced it. But basically it's like precancerous cells on your cervix. And I had to have a procedure done called the LEEP procedure, L-E-E-P, LEEP, where they remove those abnormal cells. But they're not just removing the cells, they're, depending on how severe it is, removing part of your cervix, whether it's 1/4 of a centimeter or an entire centimeter or half of your cervix, or just depending on how severe your case is. It was a scary thing to go through. And again, I think I've said this about like 2 other things, but I probably will make a video about that experience in itself, just because it was really hard to find information about people who had been through that, even though now that I have been through it, it seems to be more common than I realized. So I say all of that to explain that being pregnant now feels amazing, and I thought it would never happen, and I didn't know if I would be able to not only get pregnant, but be able to sustain a pregnancy and have a viable pregnancy. And now I am 29 weeks pregnant, so it's pretty fantastic and still surreal. So I got into the kind of TTC community first because that was what was on my mind all the time. And I started following a lot of different channels. And then through that, I've watched people TTC to, conceive, to have their babies. And now those babies are, whether it's a year or almost 2 years old. So I've definitely felt like I've been a part of this community for a long time. I just wasn't ready to make the commitment to make videos. So anyway, here I am now. That's pretty much the background on me. I found out that I was pregnant with this baby in June of this year, 2012. And I plan on making pregnancy vlogs for the rest of my pregnancy and doing tag videos and just random topics